Good morning, viewers. My name is Alhaji Ilyasu John from the station of USTV Africa. Good news, breaking news, and special news for Nigerians. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have given directive that the number of officials that travel with the President, either out of the country or within the country, should be reduced by 60%. Good news, special news. Good enough. According to the directive that is made known to the public today through the presidential spokesperson, Mr. Ajuri Ngilale in the State House, the president have directed that anytime the president is traveling anywhere, the number of officials to go with the president should be reduced from 50 to 20, while that of the vice president and the first lady and the wife of the president should be reduced to 5 on official journey out of the country. And according to the directive, for a local trip within Nigeria, the number of security to travel with the president should be reduced to 25, while that of the vice president should be reduced to 15, and the officials to travel with the wife of the president and vice president should be reduced to 10. According to this directive, if the president is traveling within the country, the state of host where he's traveling to should be responsible for the security of the president. Instead of traveling with all the officials and security from the FCT to the hosting state should make provision for the security of the president all through his stay in that state. If, for instance, the president is traveling to Borno State today, Governor Zulum should be responsible for the security of the president while he stays in Maiduguri. Or if he's traveling to Kogi State, it means Governor Eyabelo will have to mobilize the local security, the vigilante, the police, and all the security apparatus within the state to protect the president all through his stay in the state. This is good news. But again, it is good. You hear it from the horse's mouth. Let us go to the spokesperson of the president so that you hear directly from him on the directive of this president. Mr. Ngilale, over to you.
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, by his most recent directive, approved a massive cost-cutting exercise that will cut across the entire federal government of Nigeria and the offices of the President himself, the Vice President, and the office of the First Lady. It will be conducted in the following fashion. 1, the official trips that will be undertaken within the country, that is, when Mr. President or the Vice President travels to any state within the country, the massive bills that accrued due to allowances and ESTA code for security detail coming from Abuja going and traveling into those states will be massively cut due to the directive of the President that the security outfits within states, whether it be police, DSS, or branches of the military, will frontline his protective detail when he travels to those states, a major cost-cutting initiative. That will affect the office of the Vice President as well as the office of the First Lady. Additionally, when any international travel is being approved, the following limits have been placed on all ministers of the Federation. 4 members of their staff, appointees and the like, will be allowed to travel with a minister on an official trip. For heads of agency, that will be limited to 2 members of staff allowed to travel on an official trip. Furthermore, the numbers that the President has now approved for official travel with him that will apply to his principal staff are as follows. On international trips, the President has directed that no more than 20 individuals be allowed to travel with him. That number will be cut down to 5 in the case of the First Lady. 20 for the President, 5 for the First Lady. Additionally, the number in the entourage on official international trips for the Vice President will be cut to 5. The number that will be limited The number that will be placed as a limit on the wife of the vice president is also 5. In terms of local trips, the president has approved a new limit of 25 members of staff to accompany him on domestic trips within the country. The office of the First Lady is now limited to 10 staff members to accompany her on official trips within the country. The Vice President will be limited to 15 members of staff on official trips within the country, while his wife will be limited to 10 members of staff on official trips within the country, the same as the First Lady. It is pertinent to note that there is a difference between the number of members of staff allowed to travel with the presiding officials to international trips and those that are allowed to domestic. You will find that the numbers on international trips are less than those allowed on domestic trips. This is because international trips are far more expensive across the board, and the President is determined to bring total sanity and prudence to the management of the Commonwealth of our people. As a result of this, the President has directed that every federal MDA, also including the office of the President itself and the office of the Vice President, as well as the offices of the First and Second Ladies, are affected and bound by this directive of the President. From henceforth, the President is insistent that the notion of government wastage, the notion of recurrent expenditure being in excess, the notion that government officials will be allowed to conduct their affairs in a way that is different from what we are asking of Nigerian citizens with respect to prudence and cost management, those days are over. The President is insistent that the prudence of government officials must reflect the prudence and efficiency of the Nigerian citizens. And this is the directive of the President. Thank you very much.
Wow, this is great. This is sweet. This is wonderful. Compliance, I think, and I pray for. But again, I want to suggest, I don't know what is your view, and I'm seeking your view on this too, that this same order be extended to the National Assembly. The cost of running the National Assembly should be reduced by either above same 60% or 50%, because what it costs to run the National Assembly alone, honestly, the cut from the excess in running the National Assembly will take good care of a lot of other sectors of the economy. It is the only arm of the government up to today that no Nigerian know exactly how much is spent on one House of Representative member or how much is spent on the one senator. Only them know how much is the cost of running the National Assembly. But if you look through the budget, plus or minus the padding, it is too expensive to run the National Assembly. If you don't know of anyone, did you hear how much they said in recent time that will be used to buy their official car and other things like that? If the President can start from reducing the cost of traveling in or out of the country, they should equally reduce the cost of other things. Like the other time, if you hear how much it costs to feed animals in the presidency, Nigerians don't even eat good food. And it is not as expensive to feed Nigerians like it is to feed animals in the presidency. Let this spray all around, and by so doing, maybe or maybe not, the excess from this expenditure can be used for other things. What we are asking for, I'm seeking your view. Let me see your view in the comment section. What we are demanding is not just cutting down the cost alone, invest the excess cut from this expenditure into physical projects that are visible to Nigeria. Let Nigerians begin to see the use of the subsidy, the money from the subsidy, removed. The money removed from the subsidy, let us see where it is going. This cost of traveling reduced from the presidency. Let us see where it is going. Cut down the cost of running the National Assembly too, and let us see where the SS is going, because the demand of Nigeria, I don't think is too much. Standard of living, good livelihood, and that is all. My name is Alhaji Ilyasu Chojon, and I seek to see your reaction and comment in the comment section. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you.
At USTV confirmed news, culture and entertainment, the latest information, all at USTV. Your number one internet station, USTV. The need of the best, yo. USTV. USTV, Unity Star Television, always ahead.